This game came before the movie that it was based on. Wait, what? Back in 2001, Crawfish Interactive, a London-based studio who dealt in nothing but Game Boy, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance ports of far more graphically intensive games on more powerful systems, released a game horrendously titled X vs. Sever. But don't let the terrible name fool you, as it ended up being a rather impressive first-person shooter that ended up running on a Game Boy Advance. Nice! But that isn't the only memorable thing about this game. You see, X vs. Sever was based on a film that hadn't even come out yet. The reason for this was that the game was published by a studio called BAM Interactive, who had a close working relationship with movie studio Franchise Pictures, and as part of that relationship, BAM Interactive was able to look over scripts for upcoming films and pitch games based on them. And you guessed it, X vs. Sever was one of the games that was greenlit, and 10 months later, the game was finished. Thankfully, the studio saw it as a good enough game to stand on its own 2 feet, and it became the first game ever to be released before the movie it was based on had even started production. Eventually, the movie did come out, titled Ballistic X vs. Sever, and to go alongside its release, a sequel video game also called Ballistic X vs. Sever was released within weeks of the movie's release, which followed the plot of the movie much closer than the previous entry. In the end, the movie was terrible, like really bad, the worst rated movie ever on Rotten Tomatoes bad, whilst the games, especially that first one, are remembered as groundbreaking steps forward for Game Boy Advance game production. Not bad, eh?